We're gonna start the recording of the webinar. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Friday. So excited that everybody is joining. I have an incredible friend, an incredible guest that's gonna be presenting this amazing development with me. Farid, how are you? Good morning.
How are you, Ignacio? Good morning to you. Thank you
Good.
for inviting me. I'm very excited
Of
to be here.
This is already our 8th episode. So we've done, we've presented developments throughout the world, but I have to be honest, this is probably one of the most special ones because we're going to be presenting a very unique new development in our city. And I have, as mentioned, a very special guest. And I would like Farid, first of all, for you to give our audience, a brief introduction on who you are,
Sure.
who's going to be speaking, because I want everybody to know the person behind the scene.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for that. Well, my name is Farid Musallim. I just joined the Sotheby's and actually very proud to be with Sotheby's right now to launch this amazing project that is going to be really changing the face of our city and the skyline of our city. So I've been in the business for over, I don't want to divulge too much of my age, but I've been in the business for over 22 years. So I've always been on the other side of the aisle. So it's the first time that I am actually representing a developer. And I'm very excited to do so. And I'm very excited that the first development is this development that is the first of its kind in our city and the first of its kind in the world, really. It's the first Dolce & Gabbana branded hotel and residence in the whole world. So and it's my first project. So I'm very excited to present this with you, and I'm very excited to be part of it.
Amazing. So Farid, so everybody understands you've been in the real estate business for many years. You're one of the top producers in the city. You've seen tons of developments, and being honest, you would say this is, one of the most exciting ones you've seen throughout the years in Miami?
I've been offered many developments when the word, came out that I'm into the development scene. But like this one, when I heard what it was and I saw what it was, and I saw like 3 pictures, I just melted. And I felt like this is what I want to do. So as you know, it's not a secret that I'm following this project wherever it goes. I was with Official, I followed Official to be on this project. And now here back home, basically with Sotheby's, like I've been with Sotheby's 6 years of my career. I was with Sotheby's when Mai and Danny started the company. And, we took our different paths and now back home, basically, to do this. So this is like, everything is being aligned.
A dream come true, I think.
Indeed.
I think we currently have, something incredible in our hands. We have an amazing development, an amazing brand that's now leading the sales, which is Sotheby's. So we have Sotheby's, a brand founded in 1744 in London. We have Dolce & Gabbana, which we're going to go in depth in the importance of Dolce & Gabbana brand and why this building resembles the Fatto a Mano line, the handcrafted line of Dolce & Gabbana, founded in 2012. We'll go into details, but I agree, this is a dream come true for everyone, and it's a unique project. So let's start. I'm going to start sharing, in case some of you haven't seen it. We're going to start with, and everybody remember, with me, my presentations are always a bit up and down in terms of nothing is calculated. So, we're going to see a few shifts of screen, but we're going to start. Hello, Claudia. We're going to start with a small intro video on the development. Okay, it won't be very long.
We're missing the sound, I think.
Oh, we're missing the sound?
We're missing the sound, but we can make comments as we go, as we see here. Like the building this is a little teaser, but it just ties up the intricate design of the building with the creativity of the brand. And if we show from the presentation, the little the alta moda part, that kind of reflects what we will have in our building as far as food and beverage, entertainment, and oh, there we go.
Correct. So thank you for that. I don't know, sometimes in the webinars, the sound doesn't work, but I wanted everybody to get a feeling of, what is behind the development. So Farid, then you've mentioned here we're seeing an incredible part of the development, and I'm not going to take everybody. Let's make it short and concise, so
Yes.
everybody can then ask questions. Remember, everybody, you have the question chat if you want to ask something during the presentation. So Farid, we're mentioning, is it going to be the first branded Dolce Gabbana building in the US?
Yes, it is actually, not only in the US, in the world. And it's the first building of its kind. I mean, Dolce Gabbana is getting more involved in the hospitality sector since they introduced their furniture line in 2021. But also, they have these, which probably people on this podcast have seen, they're popping up everywhere in Europe, those beach clubs. They have one in Taormina, they have one in Marbella, in Saint-Tropez. And then, so there is an element of hospitality for the brand. The brand is, as you said, the Fatto a Mano, basically is a celebration of made in Italy lifestyle that is curated and custom made to the owner, just like the Alta Moda project.
So going back to what Farid mentioned,
there we go.
On screen some of the Dolce & Gabbana pool clubs around the world, which are very famous. And we're going to have one of those in Brickell, in Miami, in the building. So, I just wanted to show a few renderings. Have you been to one? Have you ever been to one?
No, actually, they all came out this year, and I was in Spain, but I didn't go to Marbella, and Saint-Tropez I didn't go, and this is a Four Seasons, the one in Taormina, that's in Sicily. And this year, the Alta Moda project was in Sardinia. The year before, it was in Puglia. So if you go down to the Dolce Gabbana part, and let's go down to here. This, I like to show this because it shows the brand beyond the fashion brand. This is a brand that is a lifestyle brand, and if you can see here from the experience of the people that are the guests that are invited to this event, they're going to experience not only high fashion but also high design, high quality of life, high end food, high end entertainment. It encompasses a whole lifestyle. And in our building, we're gonna have 3 restaurants. We're gonna have an entertainment. We're gonna have all the elements that are found in this event will be expressed in some form or another in our building on Brickell, and that's what makes it very, very special.
Correct. So Farid, I would like to make a point on that because, Ignacio, myself, I didn't really, there's people that actually love the brand Dolce & Gabbana. For example, I've had some clients from Romania that were just decided on the building because they love the brand so much, Dolce & Gabbana, correct? But for people that are not that aligned for any other reason with the Dolce & Gabbana brand, what would you tell these clients regarding this building? And I always like to emphasize the same thing. When Ignacio, started really exploring the importance of El Fatto a Mano, the really elegant line of Dolce & Gabbana, and how that resembles to everything in the building, because people like myself, because I want to be completely honest, I'm not a fashion guru. So the image I had with Dolce & Gabbana wasn't what I've learned about the brand. So what could you say to the people, because you do, obviously, or you're more fashionable than me.
I like brands. So there's no secret that I like fashion and I like brands. But basically, every brand, if you will, has an haute couture segment and a pret-a-porter for the people to go in the store and pick up a dress or a shirt or a gown or whatever it is, wear it, they could pay for it, wear it, and again get out. The Fatto a Mano and the Alta Moda project that started in 2012, it is the haute couture element of the brand. So this is every piece is custom made to the buyer. They will show you, like if you see here the fashion show, they will show you something, but you can't really buy that. If somebody bought it, they will change something to it in order to customize it to you. So this is all about tailoring and making it custom made. So here, this is what really is driving this this lifestyle, if you want. Like, we are doing this, but in a building, so you can live that way. That is custom made and custom designed by, you know, by a brand that is like a global brand. And it also, it's not what you see in the store. It's not what you see in the. It is what you see done for you, and it's done piece by piece to the person. And I've went to many events that they hosted now that we're doing the building together, and it's really very curated, very personalized. So I mean, in a 5-star luxury hotel, this is kind of gonna go beyond the 5-star luxury hotel in terms of service and lifestyle.
Correct. So one thing I like to make emphasis on this building, that everybody that's listening is the importance, you know, Dolce Gabbana, of course, as Farid has mentioned, such an incredible brand, but it really resembles me to the Italian lifestyle, to the Italian details. So, for example, everyone, one of the things that really, you know, blew me away was in the entrance. We're gonna have travertine stone directly from Italy, correct? And everybody can see the rendering there. How incredible this is! This looks like a monument.
Well, this building, imagine it like, it's like, if you were to describe it, it's kind of like dressed up by the Dolce Gabbana team. So you're gonna have, not only is it monumental by its DNA, if you want, but also by its design and architecture, making it a landmark. I mean, this building, you will see it and you will ask who lives here and what is this? Because if you're like flying by plane, you're gonna see a gold crown. If you are actually looking at it from the middle, you're gonna see these steel beams that soar throughout the length of it against the travertine that is like, that is enveloping the whole structure. And on the ground level, I mean, you will see the whole facade is covered by travertine sculptures that are kind of reminiscent of ancient Rome. You're gonna have the gold beads that are like enveloping the whole area of the ground, kind of like dressing it up with a necklace, with everything that you can think of as an elegant building that will definitely stand out amongst its neighbor. And this is really what makes it, not only, I mean, this is one of the things that makes it unique, because there's so many other layers to this project and to this building that makes it really something of a dream.
Correct. So everybody here, you're seeing the grand entrance to the building, which is going to be located in Southeast 10th Street. So let's go over.
I don't see that, Ignacio.
Let me show you now. Can you see
my?
Oh,
now I see it, yes.
So give everybody a brief on the tower, correct? Because now everybody's seeing on screen the tower. So the building is located in Brickell Avenue in 888, which is actually a number of, you know, fortune, correct? Which is pretty cool. How does the building divide?
Yeah, now that I see what you're saying, because like, I'm sorry, I'm also not very technological either. So the building, you know, the building is basically, the entrance is going to be on 10th Street. So the building is going to be on the corner of 10th Street and Brickell Avenue. We do have the Brickell Avenue address of the 888, but the entrance will be on 10th Street. So the residences start on floor 25. Everything below the 25th floor is going to be amenity floors. In addition, we're going to have 115,000 square feet of amenity floor. So you can just imagine like what that is going to offer as far as services, amenities, and lifestyle and entertainment and everything else that you can imagine that will be basically offered in that building. The building is a super tall, thin building. So on the lower floors is where you will have the few one-bedrooms that we have in the building. The majority of the building is going to be 4 residences per floor. So basically, very simple. You're going to have a corner on each side. So you're going to have 2 corners on the east, 2 corners on the west. So everybody gets a corner. And also now that we're looking here at the corners, it is important to point out that these balconies are some of the largest balconies I've seen on Brickell. They're 17 by 13. They are equipped with a summer kitchen. All our residences are delivered turnkey. So these balconies, I mean, we're calling them loggias because they are more than balconies. They are an extension of your living space. They're very livable, very communal, and very much like a space that you would use in your living, in your daily life.
So let's
And
give everyone a quick briefing following up there. So it's going to be, the tower is going to be 1,049 feet, which is incredible. I think it's going to be the tallest in Brickell, at least.
well, to put it in perspective, our average skyscraper is 700 feet. We are 1,049. We are right now as tall as the Waldorf Astoria. But even if we're not the tallest, we're definitely among the tallest, as you say, but we are certainly the most elegant.
Exactly. That's a good point. And in the best location. Then we have 90,
Indeed.
we have 90 stories and we have 259 hybrid residences. I want everybody to remember the hybrid point because it's very important, and we're going to go in depth into that soon. So regarding the people behind this development, everybody's always wondering, you know, who's the developer behind, the architect. So tell me a bit. We've obviously gone over Dolce & Gabbana, but is their involvement, you know, real? Are they truly involved in the development? Give me that brief.
Well, listen, they are very much hands-on. So every picture that you see here, and that's why all the collateral is taking so much time, because like in the month of August, as we know, nobody in Italy works. So we haven't had any new material coming in because of that reason. Everything has to be approved by Dolce Gabbana. Nothing we say or we show is not approved by Dolce Gabbana. But so to think of the Dolce Gabbana as the driving force of the creativity of this project. And also, you know, it's a very intricate, very complicated project, obviously, because we're talking about, we're building above the norm, and we're enveloping the structure with creative and very lush and rich material. So, you know, you need a builder that can build this. And really, if there's anybody who can build something like this, it's JDS.
So tell us about JDS.
JDS, that was founded in 2002 by Michael Stern, who is in New York, basically. And if you see here, like always pushing the envelope of engineering, of architecture, of something. So it's not just like a developer that develops a building on a street. So the most like iconic would be the Steinway building on 111 West 57th Street, that probably everybody knows, the tallest and the thinnest on Central Park. So that is a marvel of engineering. Just for it to stand that tall and that thin is something that is incredible. Correct. And what went into that was, you know, a collaboration of engineering that is like has never been seen. There's weights that shift through with the wind and things. I mean, it's like very complicated to do something like this.
Correct.
So they did that. Yes, go ahead, Ignacio.
So no, I agree. No, because everybody, just so everybody knows, Farid and myself are very similar. So we speak a lot, both of us.
But we're letting each other speak, which is very good.
Exactly. Democracy. So
yeah.
So it's very important to highlight Michael Stern and his team they've really reshaped skylines. They've done it in Brooklyn, they've done it in Manhattan, and they're going to do it in Brickell. And you know, they're also developing in Miami Mercedes-Benz Residences, which a project which is under construction at a very fast pace, which I always like to tell the buyers, correct? Because you know, times are always changing, and you know, the world is living you know, a somewhat tumultuous times, and I really like to pinpoint the fact that being backed by such a solid developer with so much portfolio, you know, in his luggage, it's always important when you invest in a new development, correct? In a pre-construction project. So I always like to highlight that. Then we also have JV Development, which is the firm led by Gianluca Avacci. And I want to pinpoint two important things. Everybody knows Gianluca Avacci for being a social media star, but the reality is he's a great businessman behind his social media facade. He comes from a great legacy in Italy, and he's done incredible business. He's been a visionary, and he's doing the same thing with his development firm, correct? So we have two solid figures behind behind the development. And I would like to always say something about Gianluca Bacci, his promotion on the project, his network, his contacts. We at Sotheby's, we sold 1000 Museum. That was one of our most iconic development sales. And 1000 Museum has currently become a private members club. You have many famous athletes, businessmen living in the building just to be surrounded by like-minded people. And I really feel, Farid, this building, and we're not going to disclose all the strategies we have for sales, but we have a very important strategy to promote the development and sell it amongst, determined groups of people. I really feel, Farid, correct me if I'm wrong, that this building is going to become kind of a private members club in terms of the people that are going to be living in it, the people that are going to be staying in the hotel.
Look, this building is going to be the place to be. I mean, if you can imagine what the red rope represents, this would be like everybody's going to want to be on that building. Everybody's going to want to be at the 888 pool club. Everybody's going to want to be in the rest. Everybody's going to be. If you show a little bit some of the amenities of the building, like the lifestyle that is offered in the building. I mean, this is not just like a hotel. It's a happy place. It's a place where you're gonna feel like you want to be here. So this will be the Dolce Gabbana 888 Pool Club. And if you go down a little bit, you see a little bit, because remember, we have 115,000 square feet of amenities. This gives you a little bit of the feel of the building, like you are going out here. This is not like the lobby of a building. This is it's an outing. It's you feel glamorous. You feel like you want to spend money. You want to laugh. Like this is like the good life. Let's call it the Dolce Vita.
And that was designed by Dolce & Gabbana, correct?
Absolutely. As you can recognize here, the zebra pattern. Look at here the intricate detail of the build out. So this is a very elegant space. This here will be the theater. So something like what we have at the Faena. There's going to be performers here. There's going to be DJ booth. There's going to be also the iconic leopard motif that the Dolce Gabbana is known for. So it's a fun place to be. In addition to all that, so it's not like a stiff brand. It's a brand that is very alive and very much like promoting the good lifestyle in a very elegant way.
I really feel, Farid, that it's going to be, un antes y un después in Brickell, no? Because I do feel the Brickell, which has become, an amazing worldwide address. I do feel this building is going to really place it in the, in the minds of the people. And I really feel that Brickell needed something like
it's needed.
building.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. It's needed. What we didn't mention is a little bit about the architect.
Let's go back. Let's go. Remember, our presentations are always coming and going. So now
because like we're drifting, but like you say something, then it's nice to also I like that we're interactive like this. But like William Sofield, who's leading the studio Sofield, is known for being the go-to architectural firm for the fashion brands. As you can see here in London, he won many awards for the Tom Ford store, and wait here, this is a very important picture. No, up. This is the lobby of the Steinway building at 111 West 57th Street. I like to show this because you see this Art Deco style that is sort of a classical style that we all know, but also involving some materials used like out of place in a way that is very innovative and creative. So imagine the creativity of the Dolce Gabbana brand with the classical structure of William Sofield, of giving it a timeless yet creative. So that is kind of what you see in this building, which is the pictures that we saw. There is the leopard, there is all that, but it's also put in a way that is very, very comfortable to the eye, very much designed and very livable. So, the William Sofield is also the same architect as the 111 West 57th Street. So that's nice to know because that's an iconic building as well.
I agree with you. I think they've been able to achieve several things, which is obviously innovating Dolce & Gabbana, but I do feel they've created spaces where everybody feels comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes.
And we're seeing here some of the balconies that you were mentioning that we're going to have one of the biggest balconies in new developments, correct?
And Brickell for sure. And notice here, like you don't have bare walls in this building. Did you see this? Like this is the middle of the building. You're not a penthouse. You're not a. This is covered by travertine, steel, glass, seamless on the rails. I mean, the build out is just like the best materials that you can think of from the inside and the outside.
So let's go now into, you know, we've spoken about the tower, we've spoken about the team, we've spoken about the amenities, but there's more amenities. Of course, we have a in-house Rolls-Royce car. We're going to have concierge services. We're even going to have a tailor shop for people to be able to tailor their dresses, their suits. We're going to have signature restaurants. And
we're going to have on the 43rd floor a dedicated amenity floor available only for the owners. So if you're a hotel guest or if you're a tenant, you cannot access that floor. It is very nice to have that, because if we looked at the pictures before, like it's a very much like an outing, this building. So it's sometimes you feel like you want to be in a place like more at ease, more with tranquility. You just want to be kind of like left alone. There is a place in the building where you can do that, where there's a lounge pool, where there's an office suite, where there is a place which can be just by yourself. Like you don't have to get dressed to go downstairs. So it's nice to have that in the building.
Exactly.
As well.
So that's a very important Farid mentioned, because remember, in the end, as Farid mentioned, it's a livable building. That's the essence of of our development. But if somebody wants, you know, to be in a more privacy ambiance, more relaxed, the whole 43rd floor, my friends, is going to be exclusive for owners, not for tenants, not for hotel guests, for owners. So you'll literally have a full floor just for yourself, because most of our buyers, you know, we've had many buyers coming, snowbirds, people that aren't going to be, you know, living in the building throughout the whole year. So you're going to have a full floor, amenities just for yourself. So that's an important point to highlight. Now we're going to go, amigos, amigas, friends, mes amis, because both Farid and I speak French. Well, he speaks better than me, and he also speaks
We
Arabic.
speak French. That's fine. You speak better than me Spanish. So, but we speak the same language.
So people are blown away, Farid, when I show them the interiors, which is included in the, you know, in the price of the unit. It's a turnkey development. So we have 4 different options, correct?
Yes. Yes, we do. It's important also to note that the best materials are being used here. Like, for example, when you look at this marble, the green marble, this is the Carmela green marble that is like given as a standard option. The furniture is a Dolce Gabbana signed. This is a great picture that shows how the outside can live with the inside like seamlessly. It's an extension of your living space. That's like it flows beautifully, finishes in the kitchen. So this is, you know, the property is delivered turnkey, as you said, and designed and curated by Dolce Gabbana, but the owner still has a choice in the design. You have 4 color palettes to choose from. We looked at the green, now we're looking at the gold. Of course, it's Dolce Gabbana, you're gonna have gold, which is the Travertino Giallo used, and here the black. And
the Nero Notte, correct? So you have a bit of everything.
That is correct. So you have a little, so you do have a choice in the design. And also, if you want something crazy, like, you know, what Dolce Gabbana is known for, if you want to put like a leopard wall, if you want to be like, also the design team can work with you in order to achieve that, and that would be an upgrade. And now what you are seeing here is what is being delivered.
This Farid, this one is my favorite. I don't know which one is your favorite. Bianco Elegante for me is just mind-blowing.
Yes, it's beautiful because the Carmelo marble is just beautiful,
so we have
to live with.
We have sub-zero fridges, Miele appliances, 11-foot ceilings, correct? Everything curated by Dolce & Gabbana, correct?
Very true, yes.
So one of the things, I've been learning a lot from Farid. So one of the things he always mentions is Dolce & Gabbana is embedded in the building. No, correct?
The DNA of the brand is living in this building. So it's like when you go in, you're gonna know where you are. Once you like know more about the brand, like you will forget what you see in the store and you will start thinking the Fatto a Mano that you said, the Alta Moda, like that is what we are representing here.
So now we're going to go to one of the most important things, which is what really makes, and I'll take the lead here, and then obviously you chip in with me, Farid. But I wanna explain something which I feel is very important. So there's 259 units because sometimes there is confusion. There isn't a section in the building which is hotel and residences. All the building is residences. They obviously have the hotel services, correct? But all of the units are for sale. So there isn't a division between hotel and residences, okay? That's a point that we have to highlight, correct? Because some people get confused with the hotel component. Now, clients have various options, correct? You can buy a unit and live in the unit 365 days a year as your property. You can lease out the unit traditional form, 6 months yearly rents, or what would be the equivalent, because many people ask me, Fadi, what about short-term rental to leverage my asset during the high seasons? That has to be done via the hotel, Dolce Gabbana Hotel, which is going to be managed by Highgate, which is one of the most important hotel management companies around the world. So I'd like to compare it a bit to the Sotheby, correct? One of the best hotels in Miami Beach. You have the hotel, you have the condominium, but if you own in the condominium and you want to lease it out equivalent to short-term rental, daily rents, weekly rents, monthly rates, you have to do it via the Sotheby. Why are we doing this, Farid, in our building? Why are we just allowing, why does it have to be done via Dolce Gabbana Hotel? What are we trying to keep?
Well, first of all, this is like you have to recognize that this is a very unique zoning, that you own a condominium that you can live in it or use it as a hotel, but what you are owning as the asset, you are owning a condominium. Now, if you start doing the Airbnb, then you're competing with the hotel, you diminish the level, you diminish the standard of the hotel, and this is not going to be allowed.
Exactly.
If you want to rent it on your own, you can rent it on your own because it is a condominium. So that's really where the unique element is, but you can't rent it per night as a hotel. So that's kind of the distinction. So it's very important to note that when you own the asset, you are owning a condominium. When you go to the bank to get a loan, you're going to go to the bank and get a loan on a condominium. Once you own that condominium, then you can decide if you want to participate in the hotel, or if you want to live in it full time, or if you want to rent it for a year to somebody, or what you want to do with the asset. So you have this multifaceted elements of investment that are attached to this asset. And you, the owner, have the full control of what you want to do with it. Nobody's going to tell you you have to rent it through the hotel because the hotel needs a room. Nobody's going to tell you you have to live in it full time and you can't rent it at all. You decide what you want to do with it, and not only you decide what you do with it, and we will go through that when you tell me that you can also partition your residence.
Exactly. We'll go. Okay, Farid has already given you another important point. Okay, we're gonna go in depth into that. But I would like to emphasize on, look, we've developed a building which is really exclusive. So I do believe, Farid, with all my heart, that it's best to only have, one management company doing the hotel. It's going to keep certain standards. It's going to maintain those luxury factors that we really need for everybody to really have a good asset in their hands. So I think it's a great idea, a great initiative. We are truly going to be, this is an important point that I always tell investors, Farid, when they ask me, what are the rents going to be? Who's going to be leasing? Who's going to be staying in the hotel? I truly think we have a unique product in our hands because Brickell itself has become a tourist destination. I have many friends from Spain. When they come to Miami, they don't want to go to Miami Beach. They want to stay in Brickell. It's also a financial destination. Remember, Brickell is the center of the wealth management companies for Latin America, private banking. All those executives that are traveling from other parts of New York, from other parts of the US, which isn't going to diminish, it's going to increase. They need a place to stay. And if you think of Brickell, the hotels are outdated. That's the reality. So I do feel, and I'm not going to give any names, but everybody knows that hotels in Brickell are outdated, and we're going to be, you know, one of the newest and one of the most trendy hotels. So I do feel that people are going to want to stay in your unit, no, in the Dolce & Gabbana hotel. And another important point I feel, in the hotel, we're going to have 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms available. So everybody doing family trips, you know, having the option of going to a traditional hotel, having to book 4 different rooms for the family, like I had to do with my family when we used to travel. You're going to have in Dolce & Gabbana, you know, full units to be able to stay with your family, or even in your business trip. Because when I travel with Sotheby sometimes, Farid, you know, we have to stay in different rooms. But the reality is, with some of my co-workers, I'm like amazing friends. So if we had a place where we can all stay in an apartment, I would be down to do that. So that is where I see the strength from an investment perspective of why, you know, the assets in Dolce Gabbana are really gonna, you know, que van a resaltar in facing the rest, you know, where they're gonna like really destacar. How do you say destacar in English?
You can divert, and you can actually, it's a multifaceted investment asset. So you have to look at it like you have so many ways to look at this asset once you purchase it. Like what you want to do with it is really up to you.
And now,
so here I see that you are going to a typical floor plan that we have.
Farid is going to, now we're going to speak about the lockout part of the development, because it's also very important that, you know, all units are hybrid. Remember, I mentioned 259 hybrid residences. So now we're going to review something that is extremely unique. I think it's been very well done. Everybody's impressed, and I think it's the only one in Brickell that has this. So tell us.
So the floor plans, you know, just to emphasize one point, like all our units are large units. Let's not call them units. I mean, I hate the word units. All our residences are large residences.
Okay.
So, so you don't have like small little things. Now, what you can do here is you can partition your residence and transform it seamlessly into a hotel room or a hotel suite. You know, so if you look here, that you arrive on your private elevator to your entrance, so you own this whole residence. So you can go to the left, you can go straight, you can go to the right to this great room. This is the loggia with the balcony that we spoke about. It has the barbecue here. This is the furniture that is being delivered. You have like a little bit of the schematics of it. So the idea is of the lockout. So if you close that door, and I don't know if you can see my cursor, but if you close one of these doors and you close another door, you go down to the screen, there we go. This and this can be hotel rooms, and this can be a hotel suite. Now, what you do with it is also up to you. You can put one room in the hotel and live in the other 2 rooms. You can put the 2 rooms in the hotel and live in the 1 bedroom. You can rent the 1 bedroom to somebody that wants to live here a year because they have something with Microsoft next door in building 830. So you can decide what you want to do with your asset on your with whatever the function is that you want to make out of it.
So as Farid mentioned, all units are hybrid in terms of they all have access from the private foyer to every section of the apartment. So this is a truly an incredible feature. I really believe this is something unique. So as Farid mentioned, you can obviously, you have your full unit. You can put the suite, correct? And you keep a hotel room because as you come to Miami once a month, and instead of staying in a hotel, you stay in your unit, or you simply want to keep that private, or you live in your unit whilst during time to time rent out a room. So that is amazing, Farid. I think this is one of the points that have been most welcomed with the buyers. Now to finish, you know, and everybody, if you have questions, remember you can ask questions. HOA,
$65 per square foot,
which is
that's
a very good
very
number.
competitive. Absolutely, very competitive right now. So The building again is very well conceived, as we saw here, and also, has many features that will distinguish it from any other project that anybody may be considering. Yes, there's a lot of luxury product out there, but I haven't seen anything like this, to be honest. Whether it's from the zoning, from the asset itself, the essence of the asset, from the design point, from the brand. I mean, this brand is not just a fashion brand; it's a global lifestyle brand. And then you will see it expressed here. Like when you go to the restaurant, it will have a Dolce Gabbana element. So yeah, I mean, go ahead.
No, and tell us, so approximate, pricing, for, we have 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. We don't have to go into detail, but of the price range approximately.
The price range, guys, I mean, again, we don't have small residences. So the 1 bedrooms, they start at 1,100, almost 1,200 square feet, and they go up to 1,500 square feet. Those range between 2 million to 2.5, maybe a little bit more, somewhere like there. The 2 bedrooms, they are from 2,000 square feet to 2,500 square feet. They start at 3 million, they go up to 5, 6. The 3 bedrooms, they are between 2,700 square feet to 3,000 and change square feet, and they also start at 5 million and up. Of course, the top floors, we're going to have, amazing residences that are duplexes, half floors, and full floor penthouses. And of course, the crown, that is a 3-level penthouse. Those, I think they're going to start at 15 million and up, because they are really very special. And we don't have that many of them. There's like 8 of each. And the half floor, the full floor, there's only 1.
Correct.
So very unique offering.
For investors, it's a great moment to come in, because, we're very confident prices are going to increase, and, we're going to tell us a bit about the payment structure. When are we going to be completed, Farid?
Well, we are in contract already. So right now with contract, we are asking 20% down. At ground break, we ask for another 10. And at top off, we ask for another 20 for a balance at closing of 50%. We are paying outside commissions 6%. That is also, paid in increments. So we have, the first payment is 1.5, the second payment is 1.5, the third payment, I think it's 0.90, and the third is the balance, which is 2.1. So at the end, it's a 6%.
So we're going to start construction first quarter 2025. So very soon, everybody. Top of will be around 2027, completion 2028. So I think we've covered everything. People seem happy. So, it's Friday, guys. We just wanted you to start this Friday with an amazing development. Farid, thank you so much for. Did you enjoy?
Thank you, very much so. It was a lot of fun. I can talk about this building 24 hours. So whenever you want to invite me again, when you want to invite me again, just feel free to do so. It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
We'll do another one. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us. We're finishing the recording, and I'll send it to everybody so you can share with your friends and clients, and we'll be in touch. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.